Hi, welcome back to another TerranScapes Rapid Fire Critique. If you're new to the series, basically you can submit a photo to this email address you'll see at the end, and I will take 5 minutes, I'll take a look at it, and I'll give you some critiquing on it. I'm not the ultimate expert. There are many people I look up to with envy and admiration, but hopefully I can give you some tips on how to improve it that you might find useful. And of course, things that I like, I'll definitely point out, and if I really like them, I'll steal them. So let's take a look at Mike's. Mike has sent me a few photos of this piece, and right off the bat, it's really interesting, actually. He's combined some Herstarts piping. He's got some, I want to say these might be Herstarts blocks that go with the piping, and then he's taken some Imperial Sector sprues to add trim around the edges, and there's a grate, and we've got some sludge flowing through it, some kind of, I think he told me about this before. It's some kind of like a hole maybe where rats can emerge from, or something similar to that. He's got a few more pictures, so I don't want to say too much on it until I've looked at those, but what's nice is, and this is just a photography tip, you know, he could have shot this straight on, right? But by shooting it at this angle, we get this nice long look at this channel, and it really, these spikes really help bring that out and gives it, a lot of visual, depth as you pull through. This is what they would call a leading line, and it's pulling my eye to this grate. Now, the only way it would look a little bit better is if you flip this around, and then the leading line led right to the pipe outlet. It'd be further away, but it's really the central point of this. So that's more like display tips rather than the actual terrain itself. So let's take a look at another photo here. We have another combination here. Herstart's wheels, the Imperial Sector lights. These are really nice lights. Oh, this is nice. I don't know if there's I don't know if you can get that as just a cutout like that. I don't know, but this I can't remember what it's called. The eagle. Anyway, without asking where it comes from, nice effect to just really bring these pieces, back to 40K in a much more grounded way. Got some interesting bubbling in the paint here, maybe where some rust is emerging. We've got we've got on this warning symbol border, some wear marks here in that. Almost looks like maybe orc poop. And some nice dirtying around here. Now, I've seen this particular photo before, actually, and the first thing that I noticed was nice dirt. It sounds silly, but I really have a hard time being confident enough to just dirty things up. And I think this really is a nice, like, dried mud kind of tromped on for a while. Some of it's gotten dusty and kicked around, but it's still caked in the corners. That's just a really nice look, and it looks like he's washed it maybe with some a green wash, like a light green, meaning not a heavy pigment, to tie that into the overall sludge look. And I think that's great. That's great. Pipes have a nice overall rusty look. I like to see a little more texture in the rust. And that's not to say that's easy, and I'm still working on it myself, but that's my personal goal. So maybe to see some real, like, caked on rust weathering pigments here with some matte medium to kind of chunk it up. Something to play with. He's got this green ichor sewage. I love the word ichor coming out of here. And I love having flowing fluids like this in a piece. I mean, it grabs your eye. You're going to come over, you're going to take a look at it. If I had any suggestions for this, I would have two. One is, I'm just looking at the color, and this is more taste Not like, again, there's no right and there's no wrong, but I always feel like I want it to be murky. And this is sort of like an antifreeze color, so it's very translucent. So, mixing in a paint that's a similar green, like scorpion green, the old scorpion green from GW or something like that, would just make it a little more murky. And then what I would do is I would take some Woodland Scenics water effects, which is a acrylic gel, or you could use like any heavy-bodied gloss medium gel, and I would run some texture down this and then wash it over with this color and maybe do like 3 layers like that to build it up, and that's really going to give you a nice sense of movement coming over this, and it will also help alleviate the very flat look that you get when you come around to the side. You don't notice it from the front, but when you come around to this side, you're going to see that edge. Oh gosh, 5 minutes goes quick. And with the Woodland Scenics Realistic Water, you could splash around a little bit here at the bottom, and it would, kind of tie that all together. I know I'm at 5 minutes. I'm going to take a look at one more photo. Aha! There we go. We get the long line of it. Wait a minute. I think there's probably one more. No? Okay. Let's focus on that photo for 20 more seconds. So, oh, well, that's nice. So he's run his water line through here, and then you can see where it's splashed in. He's blended in these colors, the green sewage into that. That's nice. That's nice because you've got a nice soft feather here, like it's a plume that's really starting to spread, and I think that's cool. I'm not sure why there's a plume here, but there could be some kind of small outlet discharge here that I can't quite see from here, in which case that's kind of cool. Actually, I have a second area where that might be entering. I would think about how long has this been pouring, and if it's just started pouring, great, and if it is pouring for a while, you could almost run like a really thin, like really dilute it as it's pulling away, like it's getting diluted by the rest of the water, because the solution to dilution, the solution to pollution is dilution, if I can say it, and otherwise, I think it's a pretty solid piece. I don't know what the viewers will think, but I really like it. I love that line. I really do, but I like long lines with repeating symmetrical patterns on it, but it's good for the eye. A lot of people like that, so not something to shy away from for sure. Well, thanks, Mike, for sending that. I appreciate it, and if you want to send your picture for a rapid fire critique, you can follow the email address down here, terranscapes.rapidfirecritiques@gmail.com. I don't see it right here right now. And of course, there's also a link to, if you want to send a Q&A, there's a link to the Patreon page where I post monthly columns if you want to check those out. And of course, my general email. And I don't think I can do 5 minutes, but I'm going to leave the alarm at 5. And then if I go 6 or 7, that's okay. So hopefully you found something here that was useful or interesting to you. And certainly some people submitting some things that can definitely teach everybody a few tips on how to get good looking bits on your terrain. So thank you once again for joining me. I do always appreciate it. And I hope you'll come back soon, because I will be back soon with another TerranScapes Rapid Fire Critique.